Running shoes like these, unfortunately, do not last forever, but how do you know when it's time to get yourself a new pair? Well, today we're going to be looking at how many miles you should run in your running shoes and how you know it's time to replace your shoes, even if you haven't been counting the miles. Ideally, we would obviously all be chucking a fresh pair of running shoes on every few weeks, because let's face it, new shoes look and feel great. But running shoes cost money. And naturally, we often form a bit of emotional attachment with our favourite pair of running shoes. So how do we know it's time to downgrade those running shoes to perhaps just the shoes you chuck on to go out and do a bit of gardening and get yourself a fresh set of shiny new shoes? And obviously, how important is it that we get that timing right? Now, most running shoes are quoted to last around 400 to 500 miles or 600 to 800 kilometres of running. And while new models may feature different materials in the midsoles, carbon plates and whatnot, running shoes are actually becoming more durable, not less durable, due to technological advancements. And obviously, you want to get yourself some new running shoes when your old shoes are becoming worn out and tired, because they are, at which point, simply not doing what they're supposed to, protecting your feet and body from the impact forces of running. At best, this may simply just affect your running performance, but at worst, it could lead to injuries. So let's look at some of the factors that may affect the lifespan and how long your running shoes last. Firstly, your shoes. Lightweight racing shoes won't last as long as cushioned, high mileage trainers. This is because savings on outsole and upper materials to save weight decrease durability. Where you run. Roads beat shoes up more than softer trails, and trail shoes will last longer on trails than road shoes. Shoes are designed for a specific location, so they'll last longer on the terrain they were designed for. Your build. Bigger, taller runners will need to replace their running shoes more often than their petite running partners. It's pretty simple science, which I probably don't have to explain. And then of course we have your running style. If you pronate or heel strike significantly, you need shoes that can tolerate this, but you need to replace them as soon as they can no longer provide the support you need to run uninjured. Now, the best way to know when it's time to replace your running shoes, or at least be wary of the warning signs that they may start to be worn out, is to literally keep track of the number of miles that you have run in your running shoes. So as you start to approach that 400 to 500 mile mark, it may be time to get yourself a new pair of running shoes. Start phasing the new pair in whilst you phase the old pair out, or at the very least, start checking those older pair of shoes every week or so for signs of wear. Now these days, this is very easy with apps like Strava or Training Peaks, because you literally input the shoes into that platform, and with each run you can tag it to that pair of shoes. So you can start to accumulate a total mileage in that shoe, so you can figure out exactly when they need to be replaced. But what if you haven't been keeping track? How can you tell? Well, a physical inspection is a good start. Sections of the rubber outsole are badly worn or even worn through. The midsole feels too soft and collapses easily under pressure. You may actually even start to see longitudinal creases in the midsole. And then the heel counter might have become more mobile or less supportive. Noticeable damage to your upper, such as your toe poking through, or one or both of the shoes no longer stand up straight when placed on a flat surface. But even if the shoes are showing little outward sign of wear, the midsole may be too worn to do its job, in which case we need more of a subjective measure. Literally, how do they feel? Are you feeling any discomfort or pain when running? And running shoes should be responsive and cushioned. If they're feeling heavy, flat and have little bounce, well, they're probably only good for mowing the lawn. If you're starting to feel any niggles or pain in your feet, your hips, your knees, or you're starting to get serious DOMs in your muscles and your quads after each and every run, well, it's probably time to act quickly before you can't run at all. Now, if you're a regular runner with a fairly regular running mileage, you can just plan your new shoes based on time. So a marathon runner doing over 40 miles or 60k a week would need a new pair every 2 to 3 months. A half marathon runner doing up to 20 miles or 32k a week should get about 4 to 6 months out of their shoes. And a casual runner only running about 10 miles a week might get up to a year out of their running shoes. Well, we hope this video has helped you. Do let us know in the comment section down below how you keep track of your running shoes and gauge when you need a new pair. I know some people that actually write the date on the side of the shoes when they first start running them, and then obviously they can keep track. Well, however you plan to or do currently keep track of your running shoes, do not skimp on new running shoes. The health and physical benefits of running far outweigh the cost of a new pair of shoes, particularly when you start to add up the cost for physio and therapy. Well, hope you've enjoyed today's video. If so, please do give it a thumbs up, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe.